it's just common courtesy to another person. And at the end of the day, etiquette and courtesy is about making others feel included and comfortable. So if you can't respect someone who's come up to you and said, oh, these are my pronouns, and obviously forgetting them by accident, completely fine, it happens. But if you outright go and just purposely and blatantly don't follow them, then at the end of the day, you're just not being very respectful to the person. You're not accepting their gender identity, which makes in a way it's just a form of, it's just not very nice.
What do you say to the argument that respect has nothing to do, or okay, I'll rephrase it. Respect is earned and not an automatic given. What would you say in regards to respecting or tolerating somebody else's different like pronoun? And yeah, if that makes sense.
Respect is earned.
Respect is earned and not like an automatic given. Like, let's say I meet you in the street and I have not done this, so let's just make that clear. Go out onto the street and you say, okay, my pronouns are he, him, they, them, whatever they are, and then I purposely say, okay, no, I'm not gonna say that. I don't believe in that. Don't you need to respect that person's view as well?
I guess, but I just wouldn't talk to you again in that case.
That's completely fine.
Automatically just said to me, oh, it just kind of gives, oh, you're a horrible person and you're not taking basic courtesy, so why should I waste my time speaking to you any longer?
I think that's honestly that's a good answer. that's honestly a good answer, and I think the respect is somewhat mutual. Like,
yes, exactly.
You're not gonna surround yourself with people who are not gonna be nice to you, not gonna be courteous to you.
Exactly.
And yeah, respect is I am somewhat acceptant of that idea that respect is earned.
Of course.
But
however, to earn respect, you've got to start on a mutual beginning. And if you, from the start, just start sort of purposely doing something to someone that's going to make them feel uncomfortable, then that respect is never going to be earned.
Yeah. No. If anybody who goes out and purposely makes people uncomfortable is
exactly
not
and
really.
Obviously, like, it's completely fine if you accidentally were to do it, but I mean, there's been a few cases, even in Union Council, there's been a few cases where people have made motions specifically targeted at an individual, and they came to the meeting. In the motion they wrote for Union Council, they had misgendered the person that it was written about, and which was in writing, so they had the opportunity to research the person. Then during the meeting, they constantly were using the incorrect pronouns for the person, and even though they were corrected many, many times, so in the end, they were just told to leave. And I think that's completely fair, because it really comes to the point of just respecting the other person and ensuring that they feel comfortable. It's nothing in the terms of, oh, we're trying to catch you out, we're trying to make you look bad. It's nothing like that. It's just common courtesy, really. That's all I see pronouns as.
Because I mean, I'd say in the media, it's the whole concept of pronouns is quite dramatized, or
absolutely
quite. It's framed in the style of in a lot of controversy. Because we've seen on the news some very, very outrageous and just crazy kind of just terms and different uses of the pronouns, which are meant to catch people out.
It's certainly weaponized a lot by politicians and by the media in order to sort of create a divide and create controversy, when really the whole situation has been made to look a lot worse and a lot more dramatic than it actually is. At the end of the day, it's just a case of being like, oh, this is the pronoun to my name. I'd prefer it if you call me by that. And just something to keep in your mind. Like, I wouldn't come up to you and call you, if you told me your name's Nick, I wouldn't go up to you and be like, oh, hi, Bob, on purpose, you know? So
that wouldn't make a lot of sense.
No, it wouldn't, exactly.
Who's
so
Bob?
It's really not a big deal. It's a simple just case of being like, oh, my pronouns are he, they. If you can call me like that, I'd appreciate it.
Mm-hmm. So, is there an unlimited number of pronouns, or is it like a purely subjective thing, or is there like a definitive list of, oh, these are the types of pronouns that a person can identify and can use on a daily basis?
So typically the classic pronouns are he, him, she, her, they, them. However, we do also have neo-pronouns as well, which try to be a bit more, separate themselves from gender just that bit more, sort of like they, them, for example. But yeah, typically you would ask to be defined under he, him, they, them, she, her. However, some people do go by neo-pronouns as well, and I don't think there's really a definitive list of that. There's ones which are more widely recognised and all, but in the end of the day, you couldn't just really identify as anything you feel comfortable with.
Z them?
They, them, so
They, them.
X, E, Y.
What does that really? Is there a meaning behind that?
Not particularly. It's just supposed to be unfocused on gender whatsoever. So,
An agender type pronoun.
no gender.
No gender.
Not associated with any gender.
Okay, that's interesting because it goes counter to the way everybody's kind of been brought up with. And
Definitely, yes.
And it is taking a lot of adjustment, and I mean, when there's confusion, there's going to be outrage, and then that translates sometimes into violence and just harassment.
Exactly, and I don't think it's anything that anyone needs to stress about too much. It's just a case of, if you slip up, then that's absolutely fine. We're all human, we're all going to make mistakes, but it's when people, purposely go out of their way to misgender people and use the incorrect pronouns, when that's just getting to the point of harassment and just being generally a bad person to someone.